Yo, what is up, guys? This is your boy Snow here, bringing you another video. And in this video today, we're going to be starting a new series, me and Buckeye here. We're going to be discussing topics that are popping up on Reddit and on forums, on Call of Duty forums. So me and him are basically gonna read the forum and then discuss about, what we think about it and stuff like that. So the forum today that we're gonna be discussing is this kid posted on Reddit. He was like, the next generation of gaming consoles are far behind in terms of power. Some say they were outdated on launch. Games are now taking up massive amounts of space, and some people are filling their consoles with only a handful of titles. Graphically, they are becoming more and more inferior to PC, which is understandable to an extent. The PS4 and Xbox One are already a year old, but there are many, many years left in this generation. The PS3 and Xbox 360 received very minor upgrades, mostly to hard drive size, but should we see bigger upgrades in the upcoming year? Possibly to raw power such as video RAM and processing speeds. Should they be shipped with stock SSDs? I know we are starting to get into the costs, but you could always offer a high performance model, one that has access to specially ported games or something. I know it sounds ambitious, but I find it fun to think about a $1,000 console that can rival at least slightly with high performance PCs. So what do you think about this, Buckeye?
I just want to first off state that I feel like consoles were made this way for a reason, and I feel like PCs just going above and beyond with, it's always been that way, you know? You've always been able to update and create your essentially own PC, you get what I'm saying? I mean, consoles have always been, individually bought that everyone has.
Yeah.
So, I first off want to say that I started as a PC gamer, and it was getting to a point where I was at an extreme disadvantage because I don't have, enough money to pay for the top-of-the-line new stuff that PC had constantly been coming out with throughout the years, you know? They're always updating, there's always something better. And, it was getting to the point where I would lose my games because I didn't have the power, you could call it, that other people, my friends, had. And it's not cheap, but the people that I used to play with, PCs were like live or die for them. If they didn't have the latest and greatest, then they weren't complete.
Yeah.
And I personally believe that consoles should not be infringed with because one of the main reasons that I switched to console gaming that I'm on now is because one of the main reasons that I switched is because you're not at a disadvantage in a sense in console gaming. You could have two people with equal skill going ahead with the same consoles and it'd be a good fight. You could have equal people with different modules, one with a better PC and one with a worse PC, and the man, I can bet you 100%, the guy with the better PC.
Now, go ahead.
Yeah. So, I'd like to conclude, I am happy as a console gamer because I have the same advantage as a person that could have the same skill level as me, and I think these ideas should not have been upgraded, because it takes away a sense of how consoles always been, and that's what got consoles successful. So I think it should stay the same way that it has been. Yeah.
Well, you gotta think though, also. First of all, Sony right now is at a very big disadvantage. And I think if Sony were to do something like this, it would bring a lot of money to the Sony Corporation. Because they are losing so much money with Xbox One in the competitive scene. Now,
oh, definitely.
I think if Sony were to come up with a high-performance gaming console that's like $1,000 or something, that has like a very good graphics card and very good processing power and video RAM and everything like that, if they were to make it like $1,000 and have a different server for it, because I'm sure they would need a different server to... Yeah, I'm sure they would need a different server to send, you know, higher video quality and stuff, a higher internet and everything like that, to the console itself. And it would be more or less for the pro scene and the competitive gamers, to where that split millisecond game lag or whatever makes a big difference. It's just like Sony's really dropping the ball, and it has to deal all with, first of all, Halo. Halo was an Xbox game only, and, you know, if you wanted Halo, you wanted to play Halo, you had to buy an Xbox. That was just plain and simple. And there's no game out there right now that yeah, there's no game out there right now that pertains just to Xbox or just to PlayStation. It's all the same. So I think Sony's really dropping the ball on it. They've got several offers from MLG and stuff like that, and they've turned the offers down, so MLG goes to Microsoft, and of course, Microsoft is going to take the offer because, I mean, they've seen how much the Major League Gaming community has, like, rose.
An extremely smart investment from Microsoft, though.
It is. But...
Here's the question I want to ask you, Nick. What would happen... I think it would be a great idea if, let's just say one of these companies pursued the idea that we're mentioning here, and they decided to, you know, upgrade so these pro gamers can have this. Let's just say Sony develops this idea, and they release their $1,000 thing, before Microsoft has released theirs. Keep in mind, what's going to happen to the contract that MLG is in with Microsoft currently? Not only that, but say Sony has this machine, and Microsoft is not. And the pros, I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to be stuck trying to play on this new thing, but they're going to have to be forced to play on the console that's not upgraded currently. Because once you're in a contract, I can promise you, it's going to cost a lot of money to get out of one. And that could... I mean, Sony's already in humongous debt, and if they grow that, I think it could be the end of one of the biggest corporate titans known to technological world.
Now, but you gotta think, these companies have millions and millions and billions, I mean, it's just an astronomical amount of money. So, the money factor doesn't really matter, especially if you look at the marketing point. If you're gonna make a ton of money off of switching contracts, you're gonna switch contracts no matter how much money it takes, because you're gonna be seeing that money plus more in the end.
Yeah. Here's another question. What's gonna happen if there's an awesome new console, but Xbox or Sony does not have these exclusives that these pros want to play?
Well, the thing is the pros are gonna have to be forced to play because they're in a contract with MLG. Now, before everything switched to Xbox, there was a mixture. Some pros played PlayStation, some pros played Xbox. It just depended on, you know, what they preferred. And in the competitive scene on LAN, there were Xbox LANs and PlayStation LANs. But now it's like only Xbox. There's some PlayStation LANs that you can go to, but it's 95% Xbox.
I mean, I remember back in Modern Warfare 3, the competitive scene, what was one of the nicest perks that the competitive scene had was, hey, I'm a professional PS4 player. Do you guys have any room for me for events and playing? And MLG said, yeah, we have a PlayStation 4 event scheduled so-and-so on this date. Well, nowadays, it's just Xbox fans. So a lot of those avid PlayStation 4, PlayStation players who have been playing PlayStation their entire life were forced to switch in order to keep their job. Like, Nameless on Envy. He started in Black Ops 2. He played PlayStation his whole life and had been forced to switch because he was about to lose his job if he and his partnership with MLG. So I mean that's another aspect into it.
Well, I mean, to end this topic, because we're like running on time here, but I think, you know, if the pro players are left with no choice, they're going to be, I mean, doing obviously whatever needs to be done in order to make their money. I don't know, I think it would be really cool for an upgrade system that would compete with PC gamers and PC games. Because
a lot of money.
As an old gen PlayStation 3 for right now until we switch towards January, there's so much game lag, especially in the old gen consoles, and it's, I mean, I'm sure you've seen game lag of me playing, and it's, I don't know, but I really think that it would change the scene. I really think that Sony should invest in this because they are really, you know, dropping the ball on the gaming community. But that is it for this video. If you like,
if I make my finishing statement just really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so I feel like it would be a win-win situation. I feel like it would be fantastic for Sony and fantastic for us as players, and I feel like it would be an extremely smart and profitable decision towards the company that does do this. And I have friends at school that are like my entire life, oh, you play a console gamer, well guess what? My graphics are 10 times better, man. But I feel like, yeah, it would be a smart situation, and the company would definitely benefit, and I feel like us as players would benefit as well, and we could finally compete with people around us. I just hope that it doesn't lose the traditional console feel. That's my only thing. Otherwise, I'm all for it.
Alright, well, that is it for this video. Please give it a thumbs up. comment, subscribe. If you want to see more of this series, just let me know down in the comment box, or give this video a like. Give Buckeye a follow on Twitter at BuckeyeSlaysUMG. I'll leave his Twitter handle down in the description below, and we will see you later. Peace.
Peace out, guys.